You have a lot.
Okay, we are now recording.
Being recorded for security and training purposes.
Yes.
Everyone.
Hey, that's all right. When I sent Dave a text today, I don't know, somehow I got hacked. And then they sent something to every person that was on my Facebook. So I don't know. I gotta wait till my son gets here, so.
That happened to me last
Change
week.
your password.
Yeah, my email was hacked. And,
my email was hacked.
a good 70 people called me to ask if I were okay, because they were asking for money.
Yeah.
Terrible, yeah. Seems to be
But-
the way it is.
When you were talking about all the fights at Wantagh High School, the only thing I could remember is our skirmishes with the people from Wantagh who would come down to Al's Diner once in a while.
Well, the
Yeah.
big one was Levittown.
Levittown, yeah.
That's right.
Levittown come down and, this is
Yeah.
a true story. We were hanging out at Al's.
Yeah,
And
I
all
was
of
there.
a sudden, we were having problems with Massapequa, and Levittown pulled up. I mean, you knew their cause.
Yeah,
And they get out, and you know what they said? Nobody beats on Wantagh but us. We're here to help you.
Ah!
And then the cops would come and everybody scatter.
Where was Al's Diner?
Oh, it was-
Atlantic Avenue and Merrick Road.
yeah.
that was our hangout.
Candy store.
Holy gangs.
And I
I mean,
want
it
to-
had what, maybe 5 stools?
Is that Seaford or what?
No, Wantagh.
Wantagh.
That's one.
I can
Wait,
remember a night, at the Wantagh Diner with Diggy, Murphy, and I don't know who else was there, but if you sat at the counter and where it went to the circle around the side and you could slide open the glass case, we would steal the pies out of the glass case and pass them under the counter. And we would walk outside each with a pie, and nobody ever.
Well, the thing I remember was Kenny Sly. When we took the beer, we put so much beer in Kenny Sly's Dodge that the tires were rubbing in the back.
Wow.
Well,
And you know, this is all being recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this
David's
40
son's
years.
a lawyer.
statute of limitations has run. You can talk all you want.
But Mike is working for Homeland Security.
If I remember correct, I think,
No, he was working for Homeland.
We used to go
Forget
out,
that, you're retired again.
we used to go out the bathroom window in the diner, remember?
that's right.
Until they
Oh,
get smart and put
my
something, I
God.
forget if they put bars on there or what, but
They were concrete bricks. Matter of fact, Louis Zimmer was the manager of Field One
Oh,
when we
well, that
had.
wasn't good.
Yeah, it's
What
okay.
about Louis Zimmer?
Yeah.
What's Louis doing?
He passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, about a week or two ago.
yeah.
I
couple
tried to
Yeah,
weeks
it's
call-
only a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
I tried to call his brother tonight to come in because he was so upset that he didn't know about our reunion. He absolutely would have been there. And I said, I would have never thought, you
Well,
know.
his sister was gonna come on tonight, but she had some sort of minor medical procedure today and she wasn't feeling well, so she said that
That's too
she
bad.
sent her regrets.
Yeah, Louis lived up by St. Augustine, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had no idea he was down in Florida here because I've lived in the same spot here since 1966. And I didn't even realize that Pat was on the other coast of Florida there. So during the early years, during the Apollo, we spent about 16 hours a day on station and worked hard, played hard. But it's fast-paced living with putting in all those hours. But I didn't realize there were that many people here in Florida.
Well, that's why we had the reunion in Florida, and most of the Florida people didn't make it.
Yeah, they didn't.
Tony, you remember how we used to stand there in the candy store and everybody would help themselves to the penny candy?
Yeah.
Johnny Wooden would come in once a week and put about $1.25 on the counter to pay for all the guys' dinners.
Right.
That's a
Right.
true story too.
That's when we thought Johnny was gonna be a priest.
But I just saw a thing on Facebook. What it was, it was Larry McClanahan. The question was, did your mother ever tell you anything to worry about? And he wrote, yeah, don't hang out with Johnny Wooden. The nicest guy in Wantor. I mean, would never curse, never smoked.
No.
No.
And he still hung out with you guys?
Yeah. Amazing.
Was he your priest?
Basically.
He had a sister too, didn't he, Johnny?
Well, she's right there.
Yes, she is.
Right
Up
here.
in the
Right up there on the screen.
corner.
Yeah.
Eleanor.
He has three sisters. He has three sisters.
Yeah.
I have a picture of you in your nursing uniform.
Oh, my goodness, how did you get that?
Let me get my photo album and I'll pull it out and switch it around and show it to you.
Okay. I sent, where did Harold go?
There he
Oh,
is.
he just, I thought he had to leave. Maybe Harold left.
No, he's there.
Oh, I'm here. I'm back.
I sent you the picture of Judy's graduation picture.
Oh, really? How
Did
did?
you ever get it? I took a picture of her graduation photo. I didn't
Right.
know if you had seen her after high school
Okay.
or not. So I sent you a picture of her graduation. photo.
Let's see. I saw her a year after high school graduation. Let's put it that way.
Okay, and then
Then we both found others.
right, that's what you had said. And we were 3 years together in nursing school.
Right.
So I said, let me send him a picture of what she looked like when she graduated.
I would like that very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody remember Walter Bergethin? I'm not sure he graduated with us, but he was in grade school and right through the early years of high school. Nobody remembers him?
Name sounds familiar, but I can't.
Hey,
picture him.
Okay. How about Dickie Smith?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember Dickie Smith. I used to walk up Wantor Avenue from him from school.
He was 6 foot in 8th grade.
Dickie Smith and I used to do a lot of duck hunting together. Actually, my parents took my shotgun away at 15 and 16 because we were out, I think, in bad weather, and they called the police because they thought we had basically perished in the storm. But Dickie and I were out duck hunting and drinking hot cocoa and Ovaltine in the duck boat. We had a lot of good memories. I don't know whatever happened to Dickie Smith. Does anybody know?
oh, look at that. Good,
There she is.
Oh, nice.
good job, Al.
Very nice.
Hey,
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
that's a good shot.
Yeah, very nice.
Real.
Sure, that's me.
Hey, Tony, do you remember the all-weather drive-in incident?
Oh,
The what?
The all-weather drive-in?
drive-in.
Yeah.
I
We
remember.
jumped the fence. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Mike was
Oh,
there.
everybody
I heard the
was there.
story.
No.
Only half of us got caught.
And
though.
Harry Olson was
Yeah.
going up and down the bars with a coffee cup when we were all locked up. And I called my dad, and Teddy, my brother, answered the phone. And they asked me if we were all right. I said, yeah, I'm all right. And he said, well, then stay there.
I remember Bobby Jolin's father coming in and saying, bring him out in cuffs.
Roger Herman was trying to pay for his own bail. They said, how much do you got? And I don't know what the money was, $60 or $50. And he said, yours is 51.
We had everybody there. That was a mixed group.
Whatever happened to Herman?
I have no
He moved
idea.
out to Suffolk and was selling insurance.
Is what?
He was selling insurance, last I heard.
Huh.
Wow.
And Mike Vanderwood, my brother heard from Harry on his 80th birthday.
Really?
He got into, I don't know how he knew that my other brother was in Seaford. And he called the funeral parlor in Seaford, got Charles's number and gave it to Johnny. And he and Harry got in touch with each other. He always remembered that he was born on Pearl Harbor Day. So he knew that it was his 80th birthday that day. Dave Birdsall said he also spoke with him. He became a nurse just recently, right, Dave?
What was that?
He became a nurse. He was a pilot, an airplane mechanic, a nurse, and he does a lot of volunteer work. He did.
And where does he live, Dave?
Pardon me?
Where does he live?
Upstate New York.
Yeah,
Upstate New York?
It's where he came from originally. When he moved to the island, his mother had passed away when they were young. There was no mother in the family, and they lived behind us. Harry lived at our house half the time, but he moved back to where his family originally.
Who are we talking about?
Harry
Harry Olsen.
Harry who?
He lived on Willow Street, right behind
Yes,
you?
right behind us.
Harry
Yeah,
who?
Harry had a problem with his father. His father was tough.
Yeah.
He was.
He was a great athlete. He was
Yeah.
a fabulous athlete.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And he lives in Sand Lake, New York. That's right near Albany, a suburb of Albany.
Huh.
Really?
We threw a party for Harry at my house. And Larry McClanahan, we were going to collect $100. I mean, this is 1959 or 50.
Going to Germany.
Because he didn't do he just joined the army.
Yeah.
And Larry McClanahan says, you guys collect 100 and I'll pay for the keg of beer. And we got 100 and McClanahan bought the keg.
Wow.
And my father pulled the plug at 11 o'clock. All the lights went out. He told us all to do. And that's when we went down and Diggy had the fight with Olsen, with Paulson.
Wow. Dick Paulson. Yeah. That was some night.
And Harry went in the army the next day or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was stationed in Germany.
Yep.
He met his first wife there, and they moved to Tampa. And he got involved with the airplanes, and then he did all that nursing thing and went to South America. He said they had to be protected by one tribe over the other tribes, that missionary work. So
Wow.
he had an interesting career.
Yeah.
Well, and just think, he's the guy.
Yeah,
that
but
taught me
when
how
did
to
he
drive
leave?
a car.
He left his junior year or he didn't do his
Junior
junior
year.
year?
He left when he was a junior.
He left when he
Junior.
Right.
joined
He
the army.
didn't,
when
he
he was
didn't do his senior year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't he in Alaska too?
Yeah, he was in Alaska. He worked with the.
He was my bodyguard. I went, every time I went with him, he never had a problem with anything.
Well, Harry was quite a character.
You know what I remember about him? He always wore big, heavy boots. And that he wanted to always stomp on things.
Well, he played in that 56 varsity football game against Chaminade. He was the only freshman, I think, that ever made varsity in those days,
That's right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You should have called him. He probably would
Hey,
have.
Dave, do you remember when you guys, the class of 60, kidnapped the class of 59?
Yeah.
during that basketball game, parents, teachers, students basketball game.
Yeah, what song was playing, Mike?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that, you know what happened? They came back, McClanahan, Johnny Whidden, and what the hell was the other guy? They grabbed me at Al's and kidnapped me. I said, I'm not even that class. And they took me up to, I don't know, up there in the North Shore and took me down a dirt road and threw me out.
Yeah, we were nasty people. We did the same thing to Ben Silencioni. You remember Ben?
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember him.
We blindfolded, well, he lived up the street from you, Eleanor.
Yes.
He was up about 4 or 5 houses.
Yeah.
We blindfolded him one night and took him somewhere up in North Wantor and dropped him off out in the middle of nowhere. Well, I didn't even know where the hell we were. So I don't know how, Ben, I never even knew how in the hell he got home that night. But I felt so bad, but that was like the thing to do. We
But
did it
not
to
bad enough
animals,
to not
Yeah,
leave it
you know.
there.
took people out and dropped them off somewhere in the middle of the island.
Well, the story about Ben Silencioni, he was working in the gas station. And Ben, he would stutter a little bit. And this
Yeah.
guy came in and told him to give him $5 worth of gas. The guy stuttered. The guy said, give me, and Ben said, ha, 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 ha. The guy got out of the car and beat him up.
Oh, no. Thought he was mimicking.
That's a true story.
Yeah, I always think about Ben too, because he lived right down the street and I'd see him a lot. He used to work at Al's once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the counter. And he told me once, I don't remember, we were close to getting out of high school. And he shared this, he's probably responsible for the birth of a lot more children than you could imagine. Because he told me what he used to do was he used to pinhole with a pin the bags of Trojans. That they came in a little wrapper and he'd pinhole them. So that's nice, Ben.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I swear I had a boring life in high school.
This is hard.
Well, and that's why we have to have these groups to find
And
out.
here, all these years, I've bragged so much about Wanto High and the great, great kids that went there, Holy cow, what an eye opener this is.
Right. I even went there and
You
it's
were the right energy.
The sad thing is they weren't the Trojans he used, they're the ones he sold.
Well, that's like Bronna Hanson still thinking her husband Artie was home in his house every night at 9:30.
oh my gosh.
Levittown pools. You remember Levittown pools? Swimming at midnight?
No.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember the time Woodsy was on the high board and he's bouncing on the high board and there's no water in the pool?
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
Oh, my God.
That's true.
Oh, dear.
I remember that we used to climb on the tree up onto the roof and then onto the high board. And the maintenance guys called the cops and they come and everybody's running. And Bobby Barron couldn't make it over the fence. And he said, let's surrender. Tony, you remember? Never lived that down. Never lived that down. And there were a couple of guys had underwear. Most of us were naked. And I'll never forget, it was Bob Shute,
What a
Artie
sight to
Johnson
behold.
and myself. We're hiding in the bush and they got Artie's car and they're opening the door, they get the clothes and they look in the wallets and they go, come on out. Mike Hamill, Bob Shute, and Artie Johnson. That's the truth. They made us stand naked under the light for about 15 minutes and then just let us go. God, we were lucky.
There was too much paperwork involved in locking you guys up.
Bob Barron used to always get a look from the person at the door at the school when you went in. I can't remember who it was, a security guy or something, but on Ash Wednesday, because he came to church with us on Ash Wednesday so he could get a half a day off of school.
Oh, man.
Bobby Barron, when they put AD on the movie, he'd boo. Oh, he was priceless.
Maybe I told this story before, but it was at Mike's house, Hamill's house. We had a party for whatever the hell the reason was. I don't know if it was a birthday party for you, whatever. But we wound up, I don't know if we had too much to drink, but we wound up swimming bare ass in the pond up by Wantor Parkway at Sunrise Highway. And I cut my knee on one of the water, when they pull the water in, and I cut my knee, and Artie Springer and his 56 Merc took me to the hospital, and they put stitches in my knee. And the next day, I had to go to the doctor, Dr. Proick on Wantor Avenue. And the police came in, 2 detectives, and the nurse pointed to me. And after I saw the doctor, they picked me up in the car and put me in the back seat. And they accused me of robbing a jewelry store in Freeport the night before, right? And they were driving me all around Wantor, convincing me that I did this job. And we got by the Wantor Abbey, and Diggy was walking up the street. And I rolled down the window and I said, Diggy, tell him I was out of Hamill's last night. And they said, you already gave up your alibi. Shut the window. So then I convinced them to go down to Hamill's house, and they spoke to Mike's dad. And because I played the piano for Mike's dad the night before, he remembered me. And that's when they drove me back to the house and let me out. But they were convincing me that I robbed the jewelry store in Freeport because they shot at a guy and they thought they wounded him in the knee. And I was the only guy that checked into a hospital with a knee wound and stitches.
Oh, my
Interesting
God.
stories, right?
Yeah, that's the way it was back in the, I'm trying to think of that one guy from the 7th precinct that was he was a beater. He beat the shit out of you. Lawson. He's the one that would beat the heck out of somebody and make him confess to robbing a gas station. That's what they did in those days.
That was the days they could get away with that, right? Not a problem.
Oh, my God.
So, anybody up for some more pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because then I'm gonna have to go.
okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I've
Well-
got a girlfriend of mine is singing up at
That-
one of the
Okay, in that case, let me find Ginny's first. Tice.
Don't matter, Dave. Whatever you show, is fine.
It's okay. I just gotta read my own handwriting.
Connecticut?
Which one's yours?
Penny, do you live in Connecticut?
Me, no, I live in Texas.
Oh, I thought you said.
My daughter lives in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's up there.
Okay, just
What
a
town?
second, I'll find Ginny's.
Cheshire.
Oh, I live in Manchester.
Okay, she's right between, what is it, New Haven and Hartford.
Yeah.
You know, it's right in the middle on that same track.
Wow. Sue, you know, my brother moved up to Vermont.
Okay, can you see?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, these are your pictures, Ginny.
Okay, let's hope they're good.
Yeah,
At least I think they are.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, here's at that restaurant. I got several from there in different people's stuff. Let me make that bigger.
This is that Florida seafood.
Yeah,
Right.
that was good.
Okay.
That's great.
Know that place well. They make a mean martini.
Do they? We had the greatest waitress or server
Didn't
there.
we? Oh, my goodness.
Did
she
you?
was-
There it
He was
is. There it
terrific.
is, Tony. Tony stealing from Lynn's plate while she's not looking.
Yeah,
That's right. I still do that.
It always tastes better, doesn't it?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From somebody else's plate, much better.
Sure.
And you know, desserts from somebody else's plate has no calories.
Ah,
I wish.
That's Mary's husband.
yeah.
Another long
And that's
shot.
the other night. That's the second night. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the
All
same
right,
seat
this
at the
is the
same
second
table.
night.
I didn't even change shirts.
How you didn't? I
Well,
didn't
you
either.
know, you got to pack light, right?
Yes.
It looks like they're famous for their shrimp.
Yes,
That's what
They are.
that's what they say.
Those with the biggest shrimp, they're about 8 would make a pound. They were giant.
Really big, yeah. Their coconut shrimp was delicious.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
There's Eleanor.
Yeah. There's
Lots
Dave.
of pictures of Dave.
Oh, that's my husband.
Yeah.
Eleanor's husband.
Yep.
Oh, there's
and
Mary.
her
That's
husband.
Mary.
Yeah, that's
Those were those pina coladas that we were drinking.
Mhm.
oh.
This is real cute. Wait till he turns around. I hope you have the other one. Yep, there it
Yeah,
is.
there you go. One tour football.
Yep.
And that's that. Now let me show mine. Just a minute. Okay.
Dave,
Yeah.
did Artie Springer ever make it to that reunion?
Oh, he never did.
No,
Okay, this is from my hotel window, and you can see Cape Canaveral all the way over there.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't see it yet.
That's
Dave.
me.
There you go.
Eleanor took that.
There you
And
go.
Just a
Yeah.
second.
Bless your heart, man.
Just proof I actually went into the water.
Good for you.
And I kept my bathing suit on too.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome. I did it for you. I did it for you. There you are. That's a nice picture.
no, that was in the little common room, yeah.
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 Oh, there's Judy Anderson.
Yeah.
Was that someone's room or the cocktail lounge?
No, that's our private lounge that we rented for the weekend.
That was between the Birdsall's and our rooms.
Yeah, they were.
That
It
was
was like a
perfect. It was perfect.
really worked out.
That-
wonderful.
That was good.
Oh, there's Gail Clinton. too.
There's Judy again.
Mhm.
There's you again. Hey, when did they say the 62 reunion is?
October
October something.
18th, I think.
It's October 12th.
October 12th.
Wednesday night, October 12th.
What is?
Columbus Day.
Oh,
What is
okay.
that?
Are you allowed to call it Columbus Day still? It's, he's not politically correct anymore.
Only if you're 80. Only if you're 80.
Yeah,
Okay, in that case, I won't be 80 for another week after that, so.
Uh,
You're awake.
yeah, I look like I'm about to drop my drink.
We'll skip that one. That's nicer, and that shows the centerpiece up nice too, that Sue made.
Oh, that was at dinner. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was fun.
Is that Gail Clayton?
yeah.
Yeah. She took some of the pictures I showed you earlier. It's a little out of focus, I'm sorry.
Nice pictures.
I wouldn't normally have shown this because it's washed out, but I just love how Eleanor looks in that picture.
Yeah.
Look at that smile. You can tell you're enjoying yourself. Eleanor.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Yeah.
I
I
couldn't
said
resist.
it's a shame that my grandchildren, with all the virus and all that, I mean, we went 60 years after we knew each other. We went back to do all this. Are they gonna have that? their high school years have been so messed up because of the virus.
Yeah.
They didn't get to do all the things that we did. They didn't have proms. They didn't have, so much was canceled from the virus.
Well, I was
But
damned if we were gonna wait any longer. We were losing too many
Right.
people. And
That's
I was,
right.
I absolutely wanted this to come off, and it did, but I couldn't resist. I was weeding out a lot of pictures. And this is one that would have gone, except for your smile there, Eleanor, so I kept it in.
Thank you.
That's our bartender.
Ah.
He goes to-
Great.
Does anybody remember his name?
Oh, he
He
told
was-
us.
He was so good.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah.
He was like a member of the party, you know?
Yeah, yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he took pictures and then he was in some, like this one.
Yeah.
And he talked about how all the astronauts used to come to that hotel. He was telling stories about years ago when the astronauts would come and stay at that hotel. Val had
Yeah.
been there a long time.
And, we were paying for the high-priced booze. I asked him if he had Myers rum. He said no. And then he disappeared and came back with the Myers rum. So I had some. He just was terrific. It's in our lounge again. That's not a good picture. That's a good picture. Hey, there's our yearbook there too.
Eleanor, your scrapbook was hilarious. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The senior trip. I couldn't believe that you couldn't smoke on the school bus, but when you
No,
got.
you could smoke on the school bus. You couldn't smoke on the boat at Bear Mountain.
Right, right.
And you couldn't wear shorts unless they were Bermuda shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
Here's
great
a-
shot of that thing coming back.
Here's this, yes,
There
this
it
is
is
still
coming down.
coming back right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether I was gonna catch it or not. I took several shots in a row and this one came out.
Was that the booster landing?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good shot.
thank you. And then after everybody had gone, and you guys had checked out and everything, since I had the key, I went back into the lounge and just to make sure there was nothing left there. And I took this picture and it just, that's memories of the reunion.
Yeah, the water was nice and calm the last day we were there.
Yeah. After that, the bad weather came in again the next day. So I have one more round of pictures after this, but we can talk a little more first. Unless
I
you
heard,
want to keep going with the pictures. Up to
I
you.
heard someone mention our senior trip to Bear Mountain. Do
Yeah.
people still remember that boat trip at all?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah.
Very vaguely.
Eleanor is the one who had the rules.
I had the rules that you had to follow if you were going on the trip. The boys could not wear dungarees and the girls could not wear shorts.
You
And
could
you
smoke on the
smoke
bus, but not on the boat.
Not on the boat.
I don't know if anybody saw it, but Betty Johnson posted a picture on Facebook just the last week with Artie Johnson in it, Werner Keller, and I forget who the other person was. It was all the guys. And she said, "Alan, do you remember the trip to Bear Mountain?" And I had to think about it. And I went, uh-oh, I flirted with Patty Golden the whole way back on that on that trip. I think we were trying to make out in those lounge chairs when it was getting dark out. I went, uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Are you talking about the picture at Jones Beach?
Yeah.
Just a
The Jones
second.
Beach picture.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Let me share it with you just a moment. Share screen. Here it is.
Artie Johnson looks like a real hunk in this picture.
Look at their physiques.
Oh,
There's Warren Keller.
Yeah, There's Werner over here.
Yeah.
Bobby
But-
Barron,
Bob Barron.
Great photo.
Gary Girth,
Springer,
Dennis,
Monticello.
Dennis Flynn.
Is that it?
One of you.
Oh, that could be.
Where's Gary Girth?
Is that you?
Right behind Artie.
Oh, really?
Ed, Tony thinks that's
That's
him.
Gary Girth.
Okay.
And who's next to him
Dennis,
in the back?
Dennis Flynn.
Oh, and he's in the
Dennis
back?
Flynn. Yeah, he's behind Bo and Gary.
So
Okay.
name all of them again.
Who's that on the
What
right?
happened to Dennis Flynn? Does anybody know?
Warner Keller?
Yeah, I think it's Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. what-
Anyhow,
I don't know.
Wow.
Wow,
Great.
where did you get that?
that was from Betty Johnson.
Wow.
I think she said it was 1958. I'm not sure.
58, right.
That's what they
58.
said, August 58 on the photo.
Yeah, I got all of her pictures I was gonna show later, but anyhow, I just pulled that one out to show you since it was topic of conversation.
So why is
Does anybody know anything about Dennis Flynn?
No,
He used to live up on the corner on Beach Street, just before Merrick Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember, ever hearing about what he did or where he wound up.
No.
Right.
Okay, Dave,
yeah,
are you gonna upload those so we can download them or something? Because I hate to miss them, but I have to.
they
go.
are all on the Shutterfly site now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yes,
Okay, well, if I have trouble with that, I'll give you a holler.
okay.
I-
They're all
I thought
there.
I did everybody. Yeah,
I-
okay, there.
I spent a good part of the last couple of days putting those things all up. on
I'm
the-
sure you
Sure
did.
you did. A lot of time.
Yeah.
But it was nice to meet everybody.
Yeah.
I don't have all the reunion photos in yet, but I got those old ones up.
Okay.
They're in the part that says non-reunion photos.
Yeah.
The old ones.
Dave, I need to duck out here in a minute, and I, as somebody who has made some of the activities but didn't make it to Florida, I got to tell you, it's a great privilege to kind of sharing it all with you and be able to watch and see everybody and everything. But tonight has driven home to me an important lesson, and I will take this to heart if I ever am, reborn and have to redo high school again. I will remember this. Okay. I started in Wantagh very early in grade school. So I actually got all the bad stuff out of the way when I was in 3rd and 4th and 5th grade. And I ate lunch every day in the principal's office. I was not allowed to just be at loose at lunchtime. And so I frankly didn't get to know a lot of people on it. And that put me at a disadvantage when we all got finally to high school and everything. And I didn't, I'd kind of burned all those bridges behind me and all that kind of stuff, and I missed out. So it's quite a pleasure to catch up on the stories, and even if I didn't participate in them, I've heard them enough that I believe it. Okay, and the good part that's always gotten me is that all of us went through a very common time of life. We got out of high school when the Sputnik was launched. Vietnam War, all those things, over the long period of time, far different than just 1960. We shared a lot of life experience, and that's hard to explain to people that have never been through that kind of an experience where they
Listen, Harold, those were good days, but don't sell yourself short. I remember you distinctly, and those times back in high school, and I'm sure that the rest of us do too. So it's quite an accomplishment to look back like we're talking or speaking tonight.
And again, look, it's not about me. I'm just trying to tell you that there is more power in the fact that we absolutely remember those days and we actually celebrate them. Yeah. And that's a good thing. And I don't know how many other opportunities you all have to get with groups that go back 50, 60 years and actually remember.
Every Wednesday, I get together with Richie Crowder, Bob Murphy, Bobby Barada,
That's great.
Really?
and who else? Johnny Crowder.
Yeah.
And my father told me a long time ago that you're very fortunate to still have, you know, at one of my son's weddings, he said to me, he says, you have something very special, and that's Wantagh. Wantagh was just a great place to grow up.
Yep.
Well, it's
Great
the
time.
technology today that allows us to do these things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, here we are in a Zoom conference, looking at each other, and that's the gift of, I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with social media, but then there's benefits to social media. And I think things like this absolutely is incredible that in this time of our lives, all of us turning 80 or close to 80, still having relationships
Right.
with people that we went to school with when we were 18. That's unbelievable.
Right.
You want to do this again in a couple
It's
of
an
months?
incredible event.
Yeah.
And we should all give thanks for that. That's
Yeah, definitely.
And look,
tomorrow.
Before you
this-
go, Harold, before you go, I was in third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade with you.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Still makes my heart beat.
I do.
Hey, were any
My
of you-
parents remember you, that nice boy Harold Hines that used to.
That's right.
Little do they know.
But I never remember you getting in trouble. You were the model third, fourth, and fifth grader.
No, I wasn't.
So you
just-
did it well.
Look, just to wind me down on this, like,
Hey, Patty's coming.
this is not an automatic thing. It took work by people. The technology's great, but it happens because a lot of people did it. You put together the reunion, and again, I apologize for not making it, but it turned out to be the right decision in my life. Okay, but
Well,
that's the way it is
And
sometimes.
you get a pass.
Yeah, from Alaska, you get a pass. The
Right.
funny thing is,
Well, it was.
you have, Harold, you have the best sound quality and a damn good picture, but I can hear you better than anybody else, and you're the furthest away. So go figure.
Yeah, well, I the lady in my life, I stole her studio for this, so by the backdrop. So she's got the good one. I don't.
There you go. It looks like Pat Carney got on.
Well, thanks, Harold, for your kind words.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
it's just wonderful to see y'all, and thank you so much. And yeah, you know, I love you for doing it, and it's a good thing. So.
Harold, our next reunion is going to be in Alaska. You can remember.
Hey, hey, look, everybody keeps asking, where's the good place to eat? I can answer the question when you come up here. You know, I even know where the mountains are and the names on them.
I'm going to Alaska in July.
Oh, good for you.
Can't wait to see it.
I have the easiest email address there ever was, hines.harrell@gmail.com. Okay. And Hines, all you got to remember is got an E on the end. And other than that, it's a real easy deal. So,
yeah.
Hey, Harold, let's have drinks in the Alaska Cocktail Lounge.
Well, sure.
Spot to me.
Sure. Or we might go to some other places too.
Down
I guess he doesn't like when
that restaurant you're talking about.
Yeah, right. There's all kinds of great places.
Pat, come on and show yourself before Harold gets out of here, if you can. Say hi to Harold Hines because he's leaving.
Hey, Bob Zaberna, you remember your mom used to make us bake Alaska? Speaking about Alaska.
I don't, but well, if that was true, I guess, weren't we in the Cub Scouts together?
We're the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts.
In Boy Scouts. That's for sure. Yeah, those were good days.
Yeah.
Harold, are you still there?
Dave, do you remember the prom on what we did the morning after we dropped the ladies off for the night?
Right.
We headed for Bethpage and went horseback riding in our jackets.
I remember that. Bob.
With dummies. We dropped the girls off and went horseback riding.
That's right.
Right.
Another major event.
Midnight Glide.
Yeah, we were just telling some of our family about horseback riding with Dave Birdsall and Beth Page.
Yeah.
Those were good days. And the times that we were, remember we were up, what was it, Deoning with you at Thanksgiving, and we had the great turkey caper that you were going to write a book about that night.
I wrote an essay about it.
We were still dressed up when we went horseback riding that night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went directly after the prom or whatever the hell it was.
In tuxedos.
What is it?
In
Yeah.
tuxedos.
No kidding.
When we turned those rented tuxedos in, they were smelled a little like a horse or barnyard.
I thought we went somewhere for breakfast at somebody's house. I can't remember that. I mean, I know we did that. I just don't know to who.
That's
We went
Mike,
horseback riding and then we went to somebody's house for breakfast.
that's Mike Hamlin. He remembers everything.
Yeah.
Davey, you remember Larry getting thrown off the horse?
Yeah, he hit the
Hitting the
post.
fence?
Yeah, he hit the fence post.
We thought he was dead.
Jeez.
He was out cold.
You guys had some adventures, let me tell
I
you.
know. My life was very boring compared to all this.
Yeah, me too.
We
All I remember about the horses in Beth Page, they didn't want to leave the stable. You'd get halfway down the
That's right.
trail and they'd turn around and go home.
That's right.
Yeah, but that was good.
Oh, my God.
I remember hunting with Dave and Johnny Cardenito. And we were up there on a hunting trip. And I think we were camping. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life about that trip on that weekend. That was beautiful. That's what memories are made out of.
Absolutely. I'm going to, on that note, duck out. And wonderful to see you all. And thanks so much for having a great reunion. Thank you.
Hey, thanks,
Take
Harold.
care.
Thank
See
you
you,
for joining
Harold.
us, Harold.
Harold.
See you at the next one, Harold.
We should surprise Harold and have the next reunion up there.
Sue, when are you going up there?
In July.
Nice. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Are
great.
are you going to do the cruise
Yeah.
thing?
It's a cruise and I don't know what cities we're stopping at because this was planned like 3 years ago and then COVID came. So they kept putting it off. So I'll figure it out.
Who's all going, Sue?
Right now, just my friend from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And, but I put it out there for, anybody else who was interested in going to Alaska. We're going on, Oceana.
Nice.
Wonderful.
If you get
A
a
couple of
chance.
years ago,
I think-
everything that's in the news now, a couple of years ago, I took an Oceana cruise in the Baltic. And I went to Latvia, Lithuania, and St. Petersburg. And when I see these pictures, I'm thinking, people hated Russia in all of these countries. So I'm glad I went to those countries before they kind of go.
St. Petersburg is a wonderful city. I mean,
Oh, it is.
compared to
But you-
Moscow, which is the pits as far as I'm concerned. But St.
Yeah.
Petersburg is beautiful.
But you'd be surprised how limited you were. We were not allowed to go anywhere in St. Petersburg. We had to
Really?
be with, we had to be with a group. And of course,
Oh,
my
I
friend
walked
and I
all over that
slept.
city.
One
I walked,
morning,
I walked
go ahead.
any place I wanted. They had you controlled.
yeah, because we overslept the second morning we were there and they wouldn't let us leave the the boat yard there or
Hmm.
whatever, where the boat was. Yeah, we couldn't take a taxi or anything.
That's
Mm-mm.
terrible. Say,
Yeah.
Pat Colhop is on, she's on her cell phone. She says she can hear and see us, but apparently she can't get her
Video.
video or sound on. So if you want to say anything to her, she can hear you.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Pat.
Hello,
Hi,
Patty.
Pat.
Patty, your phone is on mute. If you know how to take it off mute, we might be able to hear you.
And I asked her to turn her mic and sound on. That's when she sent me the message saying that she's on her cell phone. But anyhow, I'm glad she was able to join us at least for part of this. The guys were all telling stories about all their misdeeds during high school.
Here you go, Patty.
Hey,
There you are.
how are you?
Pat,
You're muted, Pat.
Mike, you remember playing golf with me, you, Bobby Murphy, and Vinnie Canusio?
Vinny, right.
There I am. There I
There
am.
you am.
Another fun day. That was actually a
None of us
spectacular
could
day.
hit the ball we were letting. You had us laughing.
Oh, my God, it was so funny. That's so funny.
Okay, I got you.
I just had a birthday little dinner for my daughter tonight. That's why I couldn't come in earlier.
Uh,
Oh, great.
And
How is it?
how many people did you get tonight?
Oh, 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good.
How are
Thank
you?
you, Dave,
How are
for
you?
doing all this.
Oh, my pleasure. How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad.
Got
to
over
hear
the
that.
COVID and yeah, enjoying the Florida weather for another month. Then I'm going home,
When are you going home, Patty?
April 30th.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Looking forward to it.
Good.
Where are you in Florida, Pat?
In St. Petersburg.
Oh, very good. We're sitting over here on the East Coast over in Cocoa. So
Oh, well,
nice
you
to
were
get
at the,
some
you
cool
were at the
weather.
reunion there. Were you at the reunion?
I
in
tried
person?
to go, but I did connect with everybody, but I did it from my hospital bed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You doing
Well,
okay now?
Yes,
Back in the saddle.
Good.
back in the saddle, right.
You seem to be breathing better, Bob. You haven't needed
Yeah,
any oxygen or anything.
Yeah, I took off my oxygen. Apparently, it just turned out to be, instead of heart issues, it was just fluid on my lungs. So I don't wear much oxygen. Actually, I'm trying to wean myself off it.
Oh, that's great.
So
It was so sorry to hear about Lou Zimmer, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a shame.
And that was COPD.
that was a shock. I didn't hear.
Well, he was suffering for a while, and he said it was just an effort to even get dressed. And his sons helped him a lot.
Yeah. He also had a couple of strokes, right, Pat?
He had
Recently.
one stroke that I knew recently, and it affected his eyes. And he had his license. He couldn't drive anymore.
Oh, that would kill me.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's really tough.
And we just spoke the week before he died. My daughter is a good friend of his because when my daughter went to St. Augustine, I forget the name of the school there, for her master's in PT, he allowed Laura to live with him. He wouldn't take a dime. She cleaned his house. And to this day, he sends her cards and sends my granddaughter cards and $10 or whatever for every occasion. He was such a thoughtful man.
Louis and I spent a lot of good times together, to be honest. It was almost crushing to hear that the other day when we lost him.
Yep, he
Absolutely.
was part of the fearsome foursome. Murphy, Vanderwood, Woolwich, and Zimmer all went in the Air Force together on the same day, you know, went
Did
through basic together.
did you get to see the obituary with the picture of him when he was in the
Yes.
Air Force? Yeah. Dave, I think you did post that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that, Dave.
his sister sent it to me and I
Right.
posted it on the Facebook page. Mike, are you on our Facebook page?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
Or let me
Yeah,
see if I
but-
can find it. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, hey, Mike, can you put that on the screen?
I will. Give me a minute.
I just put a couple, I'm supposed to be featured in the VFW magazine. So I just had to send some pictures of my Air Force life to VFW. I don't know when that's going to be published, but if it is in there, I'll let you know.
Here we go.
I wasn't like the rest of the other pansies. I spent 21 years in.
There's Louis in uniform.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
look
great
at that.
picture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Very good. Thank you for sharing.
My pleasure. I'll leave it up for you so you can read the obituary if you want. I'll leave it up for a minute or so.
November 22nd.
I thought there'd be something in the obituary more about his life. You know, it's kind of like he was in the postal service for most of his life, wasn't he?
Yep.
Well, after, my
After-
understanding is after he left the service, he went in the post office because you can still count the years in the post office towards your,
Military
Pension.
retirement. Yeah,
right.
Oh,
that's correct.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody had a chance to read that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a
Thank
good party at his house one night too.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Well, his kids are having
For me.
a celebration of life in St. Augustine.
Wow.
Was that in that obituary there, Dave? I can't remember.
Yes,
mhm.
I think it's the 20th, and if my daughter can drive over, you know, it's quite a ride from here, but you know, I certainly would go if she can go. But
Funny, I
we'll
can
see.
remember. I can remember all the good parties, but I can't remember a single class with Gary Gustafson as my English teacher.
Really?
Uh, I hated that class.
Yeah, it's March 20th in St. Augustine.
Right.
And if you go to the Facebook page, you can see this anytime you want it. It's up there.
Yeah. You can.
Wasn't there an English teacher who was fired for fraternizing with one of our students?
Yeah,
From our era?
she was in,
But she wasn't fired.
she was after. I
A
think she
female
was-
teacher?
And I'm trying to think of her name, an English teacher.
Oh, yeah.
The
Not
only one
Hitchcock.
worth,
Not Hitchcock.
Wasn't it
Hitchman.
Hitchman?
No, not
Oh.
Hitchcock.
the only one worth fraternizing was Katzman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think she was.
But I don't
fired.
think she was the type that would do that. She was cute. And
And you
then,
guys,
oh,
you guys
what about
remember-
Abrams? Abrams was good looking.
remember remember your math teacher, Mr. Devereaux?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he was
Oh,
wonderful.
He was good.
It took me 2 years to get out of his class. He was a good teacher.
He was good whether you were smart or behind. He was good for everybody. He
Yeah.
had this
Yeah.
wonderful way of teaching math and just being a good human being, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He and Chakamakis were my favorites.
Long time since I've heard of.
Well, some of the girls had some concerns about Chakamakis, not from a sexual point of view, but he didn't think much of girls in science.
Right, Eleanor?
I didn't have him. I don't know how I never had him. I had Mr. Cutie when I took physics.
Oh,
Then I took
Me too.
chemistry senior.
Me too. Yeah.
Right, but I don't remember ever having had him as a teacher. I don't know what.
But
You
Lori,
remember,
Lori,
you remember,
Lori Conlon used to tell me how he kind of talked her out of doing anything with science at all. I mean, you know, that wasn't for girls.
Mr. Devereaux, I have spoken about before. He had called me. Apparently, he had gotten an invitation, I guess, to our 25th, maybe it was. And he saw my name on the list, and he lived in Sun City, which is right near Tampa. And he called. He asked what I did, you know, where I had gone in life, and asked about my siblings and stuff. And he said he remembered me from math class and all.
Wow.
Just a nice man. Just a nice man.
Yeah.
that man had a lot of patience, a
Well,
heck of a lot of
yeah, he
with
did.
me. I'll tell you, I really enjoyed his classes.
Well, he was the guest of honor for our reunion, a couple of reunions ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
And,
Yeah.
Of course, he's
And
passed
he
since.
brought a book of poetry. Didn't he write a book of poetry? And,
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
of course,
that's really-
he's gone now. But obviously, you know, he's a generation older than we are. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a copy of his book, of his poetry
Do you?
books.
Do
Really?
you?
Yeah.
How great is that?
I've,
Yeah,
I
I
have a
remember
question.
Mr. Devereaux very well. I had about 3 years worth of math. Not only that, but he and I went to the same church, the Belmont Presbyterian Church. So I got to see him on Sundays as well.
Oh, that's great.
you
I've-
guys
I've
want
got
to
a
see the
quote.
last batch of pictures or no?
Sure, definitely.
All right, let's see what I can find.
Dave, you've done such a good job with this. You're a real techie.
Well, I wouldn't call me a techie, but
You are.
thank you. You're sweet. I don't know which one of these is the right one. Just a minute. I'll find it. Talk about something in the meantime.
I've got a question for everybody. Knowing what you know now in your life, is there any extracurricular activity or sport that you would do now, knowing what you know now in Wantagh?
Oh, I certainly would have done more in sports. I had a heart murmur. And so my doctor prohibited me from playing sports in high school. But as soon as I joined the Air Force, I played on the Air Force baseball team. I played racquetball for Air Force. I did a whole bunch of things that I wasn't supposed to do that I wish I would have done in high school. Once I got away from mom and dad and the doctor, I did everything that I wanted to do. So I regretted it.
And some, yeah.
Well,
I want to tell you that Sue Birdsall did a lot of work on getting this thing looking beautiful. She did all these arrangements,
Yeah, isn't that?
tables, and bought all these little golden things, 60s and seashells and stuff. And I just want to compliment her for that.
Yeah, she was great. Ah, there you are.
There I am with that Myers rum and some pineapple juice. Oh,
There's the
and
sweatshirt.
here, Sue surprised me with this sweatshirt from
Ron
what's it
John.
called? Ron John's
Ron John's,
place. I would never go in there myself, so it was very nice of her. And here's what it looks like from the back.
That was cheating.
Ron John's is international. Now, it started out as a little surf shop back in the 1950s and 60s.
Ah,
We all came down to Florida. Now, Ron John's, it literally is international. No matter where you
no
go,
kidding.
you always see a Ron
Wow.
John.
I wear it proudly, Sue, and thank you so much.
That was Ginny Schmidt. And Sue.
Is it? Let me back up. Oh,
Yeah.
Who is this? That's Sammy Kamazi.
Sammy, yeah. And
Who
that's
is
it.
who else? The
That's
middle guy?
Jerry,
Jerry
Jerry
Pardone.
Pardone.
Okay, and?
and that's Sammy's friend, right?
Right, Sammy's partner.
Daniel.
Oh,
I have his name if somebody wants it.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Thank you. And there's the bartender.
He was
He was
great.
just so cool. I wish I could remember his name. Okay, let's
Oh,
see. if
look
we
at
can-
that. That's a nice shot.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's the one he
That's
took.
everybody.
He took it.
He took
Yeah.
that for us, yeah.
Yes, took it
Yeah.
for us, that's right.
That
So
is
you can
great.
find yourselves there.
Oh,
If I
that
make
is
it
a
any
great
bigger,
picture.
it'll pixelate, so. I have another one here of it, of the crowd from 62.
Was in the past one there was, did someone tell me Benita Cosenza was there?
Yes,
Your husband, Jonathan.
Go back one with our class in that. Where is she?
right here in the middle, right
in the
here.
middle.
Right
Oh,
in the
my,
middle.
She-
okay.
Second
Right
row.
behind me and Sammy.
Can you blow that up, Dave?
Nah, I tried here.
There you go, that's good.
I can blow it up, but it starts falling apart because
Yeah,
of
but
Well,
that's good.
yeah.
That's good
Really-
right there.
Yeah, that's better. Is she on the second row?
the second row in the golden dress.
In the golden dress?
And her
See her,
husband.
Bob? Bob, can you see her?
I do, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
Lynn, where's her husband?
Right behind him.
Right
Right behind
behind
her.
Benita.
Right up here.
Correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah, the dark shirt on.
Benita looks fabulous.
Doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
She was the only thing that made my class with Gary Gusterson tolerable. She sat right behind.
I certainly understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
He photographs well, but she.
Well, you know, I like Gustafson. He encouraged me to write.
Yeah.
He was a good teacher, I thought.
That's great.
Okay,
He tried to
let's see.
encourage me to do a lot of, but I didn't.
Okay, that was the class of 62. I showed that.
I thought everybody there looked terrific, really.
Yeah.
Everybody Really did.
And
No,
that's-
nobody looked our age.
Oh, wait a second. There's Russo in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
he had some great stories.
Oh, my
too.
God, he
Yeah,
did. He had some funny stories.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot.
Good guy.
Yeah, he's in that one too. He gets in every picture almost.
Where does Russo live in Florida? Where's he live?
St. Petersburg,
Oh, he's in St. Petersburg?
right.
That's a good picture of Ginny and Mary and Benita.
Yeah, it is. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Although I would not recognize Benita as much as I was friends with her in high school. I've seen Ginny, and of course I'm in touch with Mary, but I wouldn't recognize Benita. It's been a while since she came to reunion, isn't it?
What is she doing now, Benita?
I don't know.
I think they're both retired. you know.
Right. Yeah, they're retired. They still live in Annapolis, I think,
Yeah, they live
I
in
can-
Maryland. I don't know.
at least
Do they?
part of the year.
They moved to the,
I don't know
They're
if they
right-
go
they're
live
right near us
somewhere else
then,
during the
Jay.
winter.
Wait,
they moved
Huh?
to the beach.
whoops,
I
wait a
think.
second. I just lost it. Just a minute.
His office for years was in Annapolis.
Oh,
It was in
Okay, well-
insurance.
We ought to have a little mini reunion down here. You know, there's quite a few
Yeah.
people. There's quite a few people in the area between Maryland and West Virginia, and somebody's in southern
You-
Pennsylvania, I
You
think.
can
I don't know.
invite Biden if he could stay awake.
That's look at that. Isn't that a great shot?
Lynn, and who's next to her?
Gail.
Gail.
Gail Clayton.
Gail Clayton. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, at
I
least
just,
I'm
I just, I
awake.
just love their smiles or laughter or whatever. It's just
I think we laughed all weekend.
We did.
Oh, my gosh.
that,
When we
that
weren't-
picture is just so full of joy.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
whole weekend was, I mean, I think that whole weekend was just a blessing. I really do.
Yeah.
It was a gift from God that we were all together for those 2 days and had
Yeah,
such a fabulous time. It was
Really was no
just
weekend.
incredible. It was like we hadn't been apart, like we saw each other last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good picture.
That
Yeah,
was
this
the
is
sign. There was
in
a
the lobby.
sign. Yeah, there was a sign up. that
yeah,
said
Wantagh High School.
Yeah.
Where was John Higgins with you guys, right?
Now, who's
No,
behind,
John
who's-
Higgins.
John did not officially.
behind Benita?
attend.
Oh,
That's,
Okay, John did not officially attend the reunion. He came.
oh, really?
He joined us the night before, but he was kind of disappointed at the turnout from the class. And
You know, Dave, he came to see me, and
yes,
I spent about a half hour with him, and he was really pumped up, and I thought definitely he would be coming.
But we had dinner with him and he and his wife were kind of self-quarantining for a while because they had to take a
really?
test to go on a cruise like a week or so later. So they didn't want to take any chances of it.
I see.
yeah, I wonder if that cruise actually sailed.
It did,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Okay, that's the end of those, and I got a couple more pictures. Just a minute. Let me stop and start again. Let's see. Oh.
Sue, I was gonna tell you, when you go to Alaska, if you get to, I think the city is Ketchikan, when you're coming down through the inland waterway, you can get a plane rides from there to go around Denali and also land on a glacier and do it.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna share those pictures that Betty put up on the
oh my God.
Facebook. This,
Oh, there's.
Yeah.
On Facebook, yeah.
yeah,
Oh
this,
my gosh, look at that.
this is first grade at the old Beach Street School.
Oh my
Yeah, that's Beach Street, right?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody recognizes himself or herself.
That might have been Roy Rogers' day.
It was Western Dress Up Day or something.
That was Cowboy Day for all the guys.
Cowboy Day, that's it.
Yeah.
Who the heck is in there?
Well, that looks like
Well,
that.
I have the names, but I don't have them.
He looks familiar.
If I
You have the names?
Yeah, I do, but if I find them now, I'll lose the picture. So
Can't pick
let me
anybody.
just go through the pictures first. I showed you that one.
Yeah,
Okay, now here's kindergarten in the same group, in the same school. And this is with
That's gotta be some nice.
Mrs. Hoffman, Geraldine's mother, was the teacher. And Geraldine is in there someplace.
yeah, that's
That's
gotta be
at
Sunrise
Beach
Park.
Yeah.
No, she said this was at the old Beach Street School.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I think that was the beach. You remember Mr. James, the janitor?
I wasn't there at that time.
Okay.
My first school was what I called Beach Street,
Might be-
but it was the Wantagh School. Was anybody in fifth grade in Mrs. Roworth's class? I can remember some kids. Kenny Sly was in that class and Ginny Sheldon. But I don't know who else.
Whose class?
Roworth, I think her name was. Chip
think
Sigler was
Mrs.
in that.
If I remember correctly, Mrs. Roworth taught third grade because my younger sister was in.
Okay,
in
this
her
was
class.
fifth grade in 1952, 53.
In Beach,
Okay.
in Beach Street School?
No, well, at the new Beach Street School, at the Wantagh School.
What about the old school? Do you remember that one?
I was already administrative. They weren't teaching in there that year. It stopped.
Tony, that's where I met you.
There's
Yeah.
Louis.
Right.
I don't know what year this was, but that's Louis and Ginny Sheldon.
You know, I think that was one of the reunions
Oh my
at
gosh.
the Yacht Club in Freeport.
Could be.
Mm,
That's great.
yeah.
No, well, it wasn't the 40th because the seat backs are different. I checked our 40th reunion and it wasn't that. So did you
Okay.
have two at the yacht club?
Yeah,
Oh, well, it may have been the first one at the yacht club.
Where was the 20th?
I'll
Where-
give her that too. And then she sent this thing of the Warrior. And this was from when we graduated, I guess, Friday, June 24th, 1960. It lists scholarships and the senior prom, graduation 1960. I think that's all from her. Yeah, now I got one more, couple of miscellaneous things to share. Just a second.
Well, in 1980, we drove up from Florida to attend the 20th reunion.
Hey, Ginny, do you recognize that person?
Pat Creighton?
Yes.
Yep, that's Pat.
Is that
I have,
Pat?
Creighton, she looks like Ginny
I
Birch.
have a picture
Yeah.
of her.
It's supposed to be Ginny.
Yeah, it looks like Ginny
No,
Birch.
that's Pat Creighton.
Is it Pat? Okay, I'll have to change the title, but I was told that was Ginny.
That's who I think it was.
I'm gonna,
Whatever happened to Pat Creighton's brother?
I don't know, is Ginny still on?
No,
he passed away.
Yeah.
I guess we lost Ginny, huh?
Yeah, that's Pat.
But I've got a
It looks more like Pat to me.
It is Pat.
picture of her.
Now,
And
that was supposed to be Ginny too. It doesn't look anything like her or Pat. So I don't know who that is.
No.
Do you? Anybody recognize this girl?
looks like Ginny.
Yeah. I
Well,
think-
it was labeled Ginny, but so was the previous one.
Yeah,
Go figure.
both of the pictures are.
Okay,
Well, that could be
that's
Ginny.
Patty Wolf and her husband,
Oh, nice.
late husband. That's a nice picture of her.
Mhm.
And
That's Tony up in the air.
well, people have said that about Tony a lot. So
That's me. That's me doing that.
do you remember that, Dave?
well, Dave, is that you or is that Tony? That's
me.
Dave.
Yeah.
On the trampoline.
Yeah, it looks
Well-
like Dave.
We doing that for some kind of show?
Yeah, the senior.
I said it was you.
something or other.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't participate.
We got
Just-
the trampoline from
God,
Massapequa High School.
That's the group, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Artie Springer with their back to us.
Yeah.
There's Jordan, Cotignato, Artie Springer. I think that's Warner Keller with the hat. And
This
Kenny Slide.
this Bob Zaberna right next to Kenny Slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, is it?
Coach Marciano.
Boy,
I
you
had
have good eyes.
trouble. I had gotten into trouble and I couldn't participate in that activity.
All right, let's see. I got several other sports pictures here. That's baseball team.
Hmm. Wow. Oh, there's Coach Grady. Oh, there's
Yeah.
Jerry Cardone.
Yeah, Grady was coach.
This is from our 30th, I guess. From Montauk. We
Yeah,
had
we
a
went to
we had a picnic.
Montauk Park.
Right, and we had a picnic in Montauk Park the day after
Right.
the
Day
reunion.
after.
And
Right.
Let me make that a little bigger.
I thought we were there, Tom. Look, at Montauk Park.
Anybody recognize themselves?
Jimmy Sharp right in the middle, down on one knee.
Who is it?
It's Jimmy Sharp, isn't it?
Looks
I
like
don't
Bob,
know.
Bob Barron.
Looks like Jimmy Stearns.
I
Yeah.
mean, Jimmy
Yeah,
Stearns.
He's in the middle.
Jimmy Stearns.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like Marilyn.
This
Newton.
looks like me over here.
There's Marilyn Euchman right there.
Yeah.
Is that me with the red hat?
That's you.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
think that's you,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
And who's sitting next to you? Is that Cotignato? Who is that?
Yeah, I think it is.
That's Cotignato, right?
Yeah.
Looks
That's
like.
Cody. That is Cody next to you?
Like Betty
I
Davis.
think so. And who's the girl?
I think I'm the one in the blue in the back, the light blue shirt.
Oh, yeah, that could be you, Ellen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you.
And
Look
that's
at that
Bob
hair.
Barron. Bob Barron in the blue
So I
shirt.
was me.
Yeah,
You
Bo
see-
is there.
You see Barron?
Where is
I,
He has
Where's
the
Bob Barron?
Where is Barron?
the blue shirt.
One with the cane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah,
Purple shirt.
right here.
Right, yes, he had.
Is that,
Betty
is that
Cruz was
Betty,
right be-
Betty
right behind-
Davidson next to Bob Barron? I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, may they both rest in peace.
Yeah.
and isn't that Jean Thorschmidt next to
Here?
Coronado
Oh, over here, could be.
and Jimmy Stearns? Yeah. Looks
I
like
think
her.
that is Jeannie. I think you're right.
Mhm.
Looks like Vinnie Canusio.
Yeah, right
Where?
behind Bob Barron.
The
And Mike
girl in
Kleiner.
the shorts behind her, the plaid shorts. You think that's?
Behind Barron is Canusio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, who,
Where is that?
There he is.
Behind Barron, and the guy with the white hat on is Canusio, yellow shirt.
yeah, right here. Does my cursor show?
Who's the man with the green shorts?
Huh,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
him.
Vinnie.
Don't know who that is, but he's got a badge on, but I can't read it. It must be from our class because he has a picture from the yearbook on his
Yeah.
badge.
30th reunion, 20th,
This is 30th.
30th?
And is that Diane here?
Marilyn Euchman.
Marilyn.
Yes.
That's
Right.
Marilyn Uckman.
And who's the girl next to her?
Judy, maybe?
I don't know.
That's who I think it's, that's who I would say it is
Judy Anderson?
Anderson.
Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, I don't think so. That's when her and Johnny Coronado got together, remember?
Oh,
Ah,
that's
After
right.
many years, yes, they did.
And who are these people over here on the right, around Eleanor?
I'm not sure who that is.
no. Wow.
This isn't Lois, is it? No.
Oh, it might
Could
be.
be. Could be because she's kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the end looks familiar, but I don't know who it is.
Oh, well, let me see if I got anything else besides this. That was a good picture. I like that. Ah, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Walter Roll?
That's Wally. Yep.
Wally.
Yeah.
We gotta call him. He calls us every Christmas, like the day after Christmas, maybe.
What's he doing now?
He's in Idaho. He's married to Vicky.
And apparently wants nothing to do with us.
Well, it's so funny. I mean, we didn't hear from him this Christmas, or no, we did last year
Heard from him in
in
the
the summer. He usually called like the day or two after Christmas and what's everybody doing? He wants to know what the latest is on everybody, and we don't know a whole lot. And so we tell him, and then he hangs up, and then he's ready. Okay, see ya.
And
But
then it's another year.
last year the Christmas of 19, he didn't call it Christmas. He called sometime in July, or we called him.
Right.
We realized, hey, we never heard from Wally. We called him.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll talk about 10 minutes, find out what we know about anybody, and then he's done. So we've encouraged him to come to the reunion, come, on some of the Zoom calls, but no, not interested. So anyway, he's doing fine. He retired from Sears, right?
Yeah.
And his knees are going bad. He had to quit playing golf, right? And yeah, that's about it. But
Isn't that picture Right
What's that?
now, Peter Ziegler on the left. Peter Ziegler.
Peter Skier. Skier.
Here.
Yeah.
He's scared, manager,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's all the names. Yeah.
Yeah, the names are there, so you can see who's who.
Okay.
I see Donnie Ketchum. What, anybody hear from him or know where he is?
I think he passed.
Who we talking about?
Don
Ketchum on the front row on the left.
Oh, I think he passed
Ketchum,
away.
he's
Yeah.
gone.
Don Ketchum.
Ketchum.
He was a preacher or something.
He did
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
A very fitting occupation for him. He was a very,
Yeah. Yeah.
very gentle guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got anything else. Okay, there's football. Any of you guys in that?
Yeah, I'm number 3.
Okay, yeah.
Wally's a quarterback. Dave must be in there.
Yeah.
There it is, Dave.
On the left.
On the left.
Mm-mm.
But the second one?
His
Second
wife
one.
talking. That's true.
Where,
Where
sir?
are you, Dave?
Dave, where are you? Are you the second from the left?
The right tackle.
He's very quiet.
Who's number 3? Number 3 is who?
Where's
Tony.
Tony?
Number 3 is Tony.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He never had such broad shoulders. Look at that.
I was gonna say, who is that guy?
There's Murphy.
I was gonna say that's Bob
Murphy.
Murphy.
Which is Murphy? Oh, on the left there, yeah, number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Murphy, yeah.
Who's
Yeah, all the
22?
way on the right, on the line is, it looks like Ray Hutterford.
Jerry
No,
Hutterford. That's Jerry.
Jerry Hutterford, yeah.
Jerry Hutterford, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who's
Kenny
number
flies
22?
right in.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Is that all you can zoom on that, Dave?
No, I can go bigger.
Who's 22?
It's Dick Gregorio,
Yeah, he was a fullback.
right
Where?
next to John Kelly. He's on the right side of the picture.
Yeah, Diggy.
Diggy is which one?
One on the right side.
Right
All the
side,
Yeah, in front of Tony.
right.
Okay, the second one in on the line?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. And who's at guard?
Is that Kelly?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
John
yeah.
Kelly.
John Kelly, yeah.
And Bob Corus.
And then chorus.
of course.
Then it
it's
looks
not.
like
Steve Vanderwood. Steve Vanderwood. Yeah.
Dave
Wow.
Paul, Kenny Sly, Bob Murphy, Wally Roll,
Lonnie Roll.
Donnie
And that's
Cat,
Donnie Ketchum.
and Tony Tomasi.
Yeah, I thought it might be Don Ketchum.
Yeah, because he was fullback and Murphy and I were the 2 halfbacks.
Ketchum is where?
In the middle, 22.
22, okay.
What year is this?
1959.
I don't even know who sent it to me.
59.
9.
59, right?
59, 1959.
59.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's good, okay. Is that the end?
It's
of
funny,
it?
it's 59 and there's no seniors on the team.
They're all seniors, except,
It's 59.
59 would have been
That's
your
football
senior
59,
year.
60.
Mike.
59.
59, 60?
yeah, Steve Vanderwood,
Well, then we were seniors.
John Kelly, and Jerry Hutterford. They weren't seniors. The rest of us were
Jerry
seniors.
Hutterford
When you were
was a
senior,
junior.
that was the senior year. 59 year.
5960 was our senior.
59, 60, your senior year.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's the end of it. And we're pretty sure that's Pat Creighton, right?
That's still Pat.
I think.
Ginny Birch.
That's pretty much it on the pictures. If I missed a batch, I apologize.
Great pictures.
That was fun.
Great pictures, Dave. Thanks.
My
Thanks
pleasure.
for everybody
Thanks.
sharing.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Hey,
You have a picture, they took one picture of all of us. Remember that, the very last picture that the bartender took? It was
Yeah.
everybody, 62, 60.
Yeah. That was a great picture.
one of the ones that I showed or no?
I
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
remember.
Yes,
Was
you
it-
showed
was
it.
oh,
Showed
we
it
did.
was the whole group that the bartender took.
I thought that, was that the whole group or just
Whole
1960?
group, 60
No, the
and
whole
The whole
62.
group. Everybody was in it.
This only
And
took 2
And the
years.
following picture was just class of 62.
Okay.
Alan, you ought to take that picture of Eleanor, take a snapshot of it, and so we can all send it out and get it framed. We'll have a picture of Eleanor as a nurse.
Alan,
This,
Oh,
this
yeah,
one,
would you,
Look at the photo.
hold it up again, Alan.
Jay, Jay, are you on our Facebook page?
A little bit, there you go, Alan.
Well, wait,
Perfect.
it's Alan had it. Alan, why don't you put that on Facebook?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got this. I think John Whidden gave it to me.
Can you scan that?
I can take a picture of it
But
and put it up.
I don't think that's me. If my brother gave it to you, I'm gonna guess that I think I know who he said, who it was, but I don't think that's me. I didn't have that uniform. I'm trying to think.
Did
of-
you ever have your hair like that? Was your hair
No.
smooth?
I had curls. I had all those
Yeah, I'm
curls.
not sure that's you.
Ellen, well, that's
I had
gotta
all those
be,
curls.
if
You know-
it's not you, it's your twin.
You know who it looks like to me? Karen Kelly.
It is.
And that's
on the-
why, and Karen Kelly did become a nurse.
Yeah.
And if Johnny
is.
had sent it because they.
Or Alan's having nurse fantasies.
Yeah.
You're right. It's Karen Kelly.
Yes.
It says
she
it on the
went
back.
to, She went to a different nursing school,
What class
Together.
was she in?
59.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
She might have given it to me for all I remember.
Eleanor, what's your brother Johnny doing now?
He's retired. He lives in North Carolina.
If you're talking to him, tell him I said hello.
I will.
And me too, Eleanor. Tell him I said hello.
I will tell him.
Yeah.
I was almost had him coming. His wife said to him, "Oh, just go, stop talking about it and just go." So he almost came.
All right,
Where's he live in North Carolina?
It's called Aberdeen.
Yeah.
It's near
Yeah,
Fort
little-
Bragg. It's
He
near
have a
Fort
little
Bragg.
cabin up in Maggie Valley that we, but I'm not sure where Aberdeen is.
By Fort Bragg.
Okay,
Yeah, it's Gulf Country.
this is more the mountain by Cherokee.
Yeah, no, he's more to the coast.
So are you
Eleanor,
guys,
what did he do in life?
He worked for Lilco.
Ah, yeah.
When he was in the Air Force, he was in the very beginning of the, when they had the silos and they
Yeah.
had the missiles or whatever in the
Oh, yeah.
silo.
Yeah.
And he was in the very beginning of that in computers and stuff and got a job with Lilco, worked there till he retired.
and then Lilco retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he was out before that all came down.
Yeah,
He
I
was
guess
out.
the state bought him out.
Yeah, they're now owned by the state or whatever.
Yeah.
When you used to go, before we had online security, when you used to go in the Minuteman silo, and I've been lucky enough to do that, you had to go through 10 rooms with identical walls and a door in the center of each wall, 4 doors, all identical, and you had to know the sequence in going through the 10 rooms to get to the main corridor where they launched. But it was, I always got screwed up, and security always come and got me because I could never remember the sequence.
Hey, Mike, that was me in the Atlas coffin site out in the prairies in Washington. And I can't tell you how many times I forgot to code word going to changing the launch crew and spending face down in the snow till I had my buddies remember it for me.
Oh, yeah.
That was on the E&F Alice missiles.
This was a SAC base?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a Fairchild, General LeMay, 52
Okay.
and
Yeah.
CBM base.
Curtis LeMay.
Curtis,
You bet.
when I was stationed at Eglin Field, President Kennedy came down with Kurt LeMay, and they did an air power demonstration over the Gulf of Mexico. They launched two Hound Dog missiles off a B-52 over the ocean, and two guys in F-102s chased them and blew them up over the Gulf of Mexico. It was an incredible thing. Incredible thing.
Wow.
I remember during the Bay of Pigs. I was just coming on to base and I went underground for 48 hours. That was a rough time
Yep.
during a missile crisis.
Hey, is it true they had the two buttons far enough apart that a human being couldn't reach both of them at one time?
Took 2 men to launch.
Yeah, but were they separated so that you couldn't reach both buttons?
Remember I told you earlier I played on the Air Force team? We were playing in the European Championships in London the day Kennedy got shot. And we were in the middle of the game. We were playing Germany and I was in England for the Air Force Championships. And we stopped the game in the middle and we were all put on alert and sent back to the bases the day that Kennedy got shot.
What sport, Mike?
Baseball.
Baseball.
We went on Evo status that day that Kennedy was shot. So that was another day that we spent a lot of time on the ground in a very precarious position.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys okay with doing this in May, like sort of every 2 months sort of thing?
Sure.
Have
Sure.
another one?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if our memories are going, you can tell the same stories all over again.
Nobody will notice.
That's right.
Yeah,
Nobody will know the difference.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we watch reruns all the time and go, did we see this before?
Yeah. On the other hand, if we're still with it, you're gonna have to come up with some new ones for us.
Dave, I got a little sign above my desk here, and the sign says, "We'll be friends until we're old and senile, comma, then we'll be friends again."
Sounds good.
That's a good one.
That's
It's probably a good place to bring this to a close. I don't want to keep people too long. On almost 3 hours. We always go longer than we say. That's fine.
That's
But,
good.
it's really been good seeing everybody.
Yeah.
And,
Agree.
Thank you
hearing-
once again, Dave, for all your work. I mean, it's.
Yes, thank you.
Well,
Great job.
it's my pleasure.
Together.
Yeah.
It-
Thank you, David.
It's great having friends from from that era and
Yeah.
people who I wish I had known this well in high school, really. You're a great,
That's,
you're a great
that
bunch.
was some of the fun was people that maybe you weren't so friendly with in
Yeah.
high school, getting to see them now, in a whole different light.
I cherish it. I really do. I love you all.
We love you too.
I hope you guys have a good move, Lynn and Tony.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, until going back to school.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Reverting back.
The kitchen still looks the same. You haven't started packing the kitchen yet, Len.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
When do you move?
Slowly. We'll probably
Hopefully
be
by
in.
the end of April, the latest.
Okay, be sure and send me your new address when you
Oh,
want.
we will.
Could be earlier if we sell our house quick.
Yeah.
do you have
which
your house
we
on the
probably
market?
will.
Is it on the market?
We haven't, no, we haven't listed it
Middle
yet.
of, early April.
Okay.
Nobody's looking for houses now
Not in
here.
the snow, not in the snow.
Cold. April, it'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can call on all your friends to help you pack.
Yeah.
That's how to lose friends.
Yeah.
Eleanor, if you could, in your downtime, give me a buzz someday. I'd like to share some stories with you about your dad.
I will.
And we had some great times together.
I
Okay.
will. Yeah, okay. You take
Thanks.
good care of yourself.
Take care, everybody.
Patty,
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye,
Bob.
everybody.
Take care.
Okay,
Everybody
Thank
stick around for the next one, huh?
Patty.
We don't want to lose any of you.
You bet.
All right. Good night,
night,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you for,
Everybody.
Night.
great talking to all of you.
Thanks again, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.